Imagine this. You just spent hours hunting a giant deer. You're exhausted. You're starving. You finally roast the meat over a fire. You take a bite, and then you remember. There is no salt, no pepper, no garlic powder, no soy sauce, no ketchup, no seasoning at all. So what did prehistoric humans do? Did they eat bland, tasteless meat for hundreds of thousands of years? Actually, no. Ancient humans were surprisingly creative, and some of the ways they made food taste better might make you lose your appetite. Today, we're answering one strange question. How did prehistoric humans season their food? And trust me, the final answer might disgust you. The big misconception. When most people think about cavemen, they imagine primitive humans who didn't care about food. Big clubs, messy hair, raw meat. But that's probably not true at all. Humans have always cared about flavor. Even animals have preferences. Chimpanzees choose sweeter fruits. Bears go out of their way to find honey. Many predators prefer fattier meat. So imagine early humans, a species with curiosity, intelligence, and a huge brain. Of course they wanted their food to taste better. In fact, making food more enjoyable may have had survival benefits. If food tastes good, you're more likely to eat enough calories. You're more likely to feed your children. You're more likely to survive difficult seasons. So yes, prehistoric humans probably cared about flavor far more than we give them credit for. So where did flavor come from? The answer was all around them. Ancient humans lived surrounded by plants. Wild onions existed. Wild garlic existed. Aromatic herbs and roots existed. Many edible plants naturally contain strong flavors and smells. It's likely that prehistoric humans spent thousands of years experimenting, trying leaves, trying roots, trying berries. Some tasted terrible, some were poisonous, but some made food taste better. Over generations, people learned which plants enhanced flavor. The idea of adding herbs to food isn't modern at all. It's ancient. Some of the ingredients in our kitchens today probably have ancestors that humans were already using tens of thousands of years ago. Our spice cabinets may actually be one of humanity's oldest technologies. Here's something that surprises many people. Prehistoric humans loved fat, and for good reason. Fat meant energy. Fat meant survival. Fat meant making it through winter. So instead of butter or cooking oils, ancient humans relied heavily on animal fat. Imagine roasting meat and letting the melted fat drip over it. Instant flavor. Even more valuable was bone marrow. Bone marrow is rich, creamy, and packed with calories. Today, many high-end restaurants serve roasted bone marrow as a delicacy. Ancient humans figured this out long before modern chefs. Archaeologists have found evidence that early humans intentionally broke bones to extract the marrow inside. Some researchers believe it may have been one of humanity's favorite foods. The world's first sauce might have been melted animal fat. Now, let's talk about something we still love today: smoke. Once humans learned to control fire, everything changed. Cooking meat over flames creates new aromas and flavors. Smoke itself becomes an ingredient. Different woods create different smells. Different plants create different flavors. At some point, prehistoric humans probably noticed that meat cooked over one fire tasted different from meat cooked over another. Without realizing it, they had discovered seasoning. Smoke may be one of the oldest flavor enhancers in human history, and honestly, we're still obsessed with it. Barbecue, smoked salmon, smoked cheese. Thousands of years later, we still enjoy flavors our ancestors discovered around campfires. The accidental discovery of fermentation. Now things get interesting. Imagine leaving fruit out for a while. It changes. Its taste becomes stronger, sometimes sweeter, sometimes sour, sometimes strange. Ancient humans likely encountered fermented foods completely by accident. Some of those changes probably tasted good. Others definitely didn't. But over time, people learned that certain forms of fermentation created entirely new flavors. Many foods we love today depend on this process. Cheese, yogurt, kimchi, soy sauce. Fermentation creates complexity and richness that fresh ingredients simply don't have. The roots of these flavors may stretch back to prehistoric experimentation and curiosity. Humans have been accidentally inventing food science for a very long time. Okay, remember when I said the final answer might disgust you? Here it is. Some researchers think prehistoric humans may have eaten insects not just for nutrition, but potentially for flavor as well. Yes, insects. Today, billions of people around the world still eat insects. Some taste nutty, some taste savory, some are even compared to shrimp or mushrooms. Imagine roasting insects and crushing them into a powder. As strange as it sounds, it could have added a salty or savory flavor to food. Would modern people consider that appetizing? Probably not. But if you lived 40,000 years ago, your opinion might be very different. The line between food and seasoning may have been much broader than we imagine. So, how did prehistoric humans season their food? Not with salt shakers, not with pepper grinders, but with wild herbs and plants, animal fat and bone marrow, smoke from fire, fermented foods, and perhaps even insects. The biggest surprise is that ancient humans weren't mindless cavemen eating bland meat. They were curious experimenters. They observed, they tested, they learned, and they constantly searched for ways to make food taste better. The desire for delicious food may be one of the oldest human behaviors ever. Every time you enjoy barbecue, garlic, or a rich savory sauce, you're participating in traditions that may be tens of thousands of years old. Which raises one final question. If you lived in prehistoric times, which would you choose? Smoked meat with wild herbs or insect seasoning? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy learning about the strange things our ancestors did, consider subscribing.